Welcome. Let's take a look at our top story. A Pakistan International Airlines plane designated PK8303 has crashed into a Karachi suburb. As per PIA spokesperson, the plane was carrying 91 passengers and 7 crew members and was en route from Lahore to Karachi. The plane was asked to do a go-around after the captain informed the air traffic controller about a technical snag. According to the latest information available, the plane crashed as its landing gear failed to deploy. Several houses and cars have been damaged in the residential area located near the Pakistan International Airport in Karachi. Authorities have deployed army helicopters for damage assessment and rescue efforts. Urban search and rescue teams are also being deployed on site. The Minister of Health and Welfare has declared a state of emergency in all major hospitals in the city to deal with the situation. There is no information on the number of casualties as of yet, and the crash has happened in the wake of Eid, which is to be celebrated on Saturday. Now we are coming to you with live visuals coming to us from Pakistan, where a plane has crashed, a passenger plane which was en route from Lahore to Karachi. We believe that between 90 and 100 passengers were on board. This was not a cargo plane. This was a passenger plane traveling to Karachi, and it has crashed in a Karachi suburb. We believe that the plane was asked to do a go-around after the captain had informed air traffic control about a technical snag that it was facing. Now, we are being joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief, Anas Malik, for more on this. Good afternoon to you, Anas. Passenger plane en route from Lahore to Karachi has crashed. What are the latest updates that you have for us?
Absolutely, Alison. This unfortunate crash of the Pakistan International Airlines flight 8303 that is en route from Lahore to Karachi. This was an Airbus A320 that has crashed about an hour and a half ago. About 98 passengers were on board. 85 were that in economy class, 6 were in business class, and the rest 7 were the operating crew, the flight crew that is loaded to pilots, and the rest 5 of the flight engines. If we talk about the rest of the on board.
Right, and if we still have you there, we know that the Army Quick Reaction Force and Pakistan Rangers and troops have responded. What are the latest on the rescue efforts that are underway? We have lost connection with our bureau chief, Anas Malik. We will try to re-establish connection. As you can see, the visuals on your screen coming to you from Pakistan, where a passenger plane has crashed in a suburban area in Karachi in Pakistan. We're getting reports that between 90 and 100 passengers were on board, including passengers and crew members. Devastating visuals coming to you from the suburban area, where several houses in the region have also been destroyed in this plane crash. A PIA spokesperson has said that the plane was carrying 91 passengers and 7 crew. And the plane was asked to do a go-around once the captain had informed air traffic control that they were facing a technical snag. We believe this crash happened just about 4 kilometers outside of the international airport, very close to landing. Urban search and rescue teams are being deployed on site. And we have a re-established connection with Anas. Anas, we believe that this plane has crashed in a suburban area, and there has been a quick response from the Army Reaction Force and Pakistan Rangers and troops. What are the latest updates you have on rescue operations?
Well, it would be wrong to say it's a suburban area because it's just off the Karachi airport, off the international airport. This is the area about a kilometer and a half away. It's a residential area. It's certainly not a suburban area. Having said that, the rescue operations are currently underway. It's a bit too early to speculate because since it crashed in a residential area, so there are two sorts of damages that are there. One, that of the civilians, and secondly, of those of the 98 passengers that were on board of this ill-fated aircraft. Therefore, the rescue operations are underway. We're seeing, I'm very nearby to the area. We're seeing where I can see ambulances currently being on the move as well. What the Pakistani media is reporting that the authorities are continuously requesting people to stay away from this crash site in order to so that the rescue personnel can work freely and without any hindrances. But there seems to be some commotion as well. It's a bit too early to speculate about the exact cause or about the exact number of survivors. As I said, the rescue operations are underway. What the civil aviation authorities did is that the aircraft had stayed it had a effective bridge, quote unquote, and therefore that is the reason that since it had reported that to air traffic control, the air traffic control had been guiding that as per the SOPs, as per the guidelines of the technical bridge to the aircraft for landing purposes. It had also been asked to go around the quote unquote and
Right, we have lost Anas again. We will reconnect with him. These are visuals on your screens coming to you now live from Karachi, where there has been a tragic plane crash. A plane has crashed in the Karachi suburban area. We believe that there were between 90 and 100 passengers on board, including crew and passengers. This flight PK 8303 was en route from Lahore to Karachi in Pakistan. As per the spokesperson, the PIA spokesperson, the plane was carrying 91 passengers and 7 crew members. And we know that the plane was asked to do a go-around once the captain had communicated with the traffic controller that they were experiencing a technical snag.
मुझे ठीक है ना मैं आपको यार इसके अंदर फ्यूल होगा इधर से पीछे हटवा ले लैंडिंग के लिए सवाल होके मिल
So now we are coming to you with these live visuals on your screen. Authorities, we believe, have deployed Army helicopters for damage assessment and rescue efforts. Urban search and rescue teams are being deployed on the site. We can see the destruction there from a plane crash that has happened in Karachi, close to the international airport. And we are being joined again live by our Pakistan Bureau Chief, Anas Malik. Anas, since the flight operations in Pakistan began just this week, around the time of the end of Eid, chances are that a lot of these passengers would have been flying to visit relatives or heading back home.
Absolutely, that is what makes the tragedy even worse, because the flight operations were restored just on the 16th of May, just last Saturday. Since then, we have been seeing that despite that, the number of flights has been reduced and that social distancing was being ensured. But and the very fact that the ticket prices were relatively higher as well, decided that the flight operations worked into their place, given that the operations were running to 60% of its capacity, but the flights were relatively full. And this flight was coming back from Lahore to Karachi. We are assuming that most of them were those who were coming back to spend Eid with their families, with their loved ones. It included a very senior journalist, Ansar Naqvi. He needs no introduction in Pakistan. He was recently the director of programming of a local TV news channel, and he's been one of the pioneers in the Pakistani media industry as well. What we can confirm is that at least one person has been brought dead 2 have been brought injured. This is what the hospital is confirming. And for now, this is initial. As I said, there were 98 passengers, including crew, that were on board. And since it has crashed in a residential area, therefore it was a bit. Therefore, this figure is a bit more conservative, given that the rescue operations are currently underway, and the rescue of those in part of the rescue operations are hoping again that there would be survivors, given that the air crash happened at a very, very lower altitude. It just took place a minute before the scheduled landing. The A320 was en route from Lahore to Karachi. It was scheduled to land at Karachi. It had 98 passengers on board. The captain had alerted the air traffic controller that it had a malfunction, a technical glitch.
Right.
The air traffic controller was guiding the aircraft as per the SOPs, during which it had disappeared just ahead of its landing. Yes, Alison.
Yes, thanks, Anas. And we are coming to you live from Karachi there. WION has accessed a last conversation which took place between the flight crew and the air traffic controller before the plane crashed. Now, the flight captain can be heard saying that they have lost the engine. Take a listen in.
8303 approach.
जी सर
Appears to be turning left.
from the while proceeding that sir we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, mayday, Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, Roger sir, both runways available to land. Pakistan 8303 approach.
जी sir
Appears to be turning left.
from the while proceeding that sir we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, mayday, Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, Roger sir, both runways available to land.
Now, we are coming to you live. That was the sound clip that we've just played for you. Anas is still with us. Anas, flight operations have only just opened up within the past week in Pakistan due to the COVID-19 restrictions. This must be one of the very few flights that have taken off. What is the latest? We have lost Anas. We will continue to establish connection with him. Now we are coming to live visuals from Karachi. There has been a plane crash. Plane number PK 8303 has crashed into a Karachi suburb. Now on your screens we can see Prime Minister Imran Khan has reacted in a tweet saying that he is shocked and saddened by the PIA crash. He says that he is in touch with the PIA CEO, Arshad Malik, who has left for Karachi, and with the rescue and relief teams on the ground, as this is the priority right now. Immediate inquiry will be instituted. Prayers and condolences go to the families of the deceased. That is the tweet by Prime Minister Imran Khan on your screens right now. Now, WION has accessed the last conversation which took place between the flight crew and the air traffic controller before the plane crashed. The flight captain can be heard saying that they have lost the engine. Take a listen in.
An 8303 approach.
जी sir
Appears to be turning left.
from the while proceeding that sir we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, mayday, Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, Roger sir, both runways available to land. An 8303 approach.
जी sir
Appears to be turning left.
from the while proceeding that sir we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, Mayday, Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, Roger, sir. Both runways available to land.
Coming to you live from Karachi, where a plane has crashed. It was en route from Lahore to Karachi. Plane designated PK8303 has crashed. We believe that there were between 90 and 100 passengers on board, including passengers and crew members. These are the visuals on your screen of the tragic accident that has taken place in Pakistan. We know that Prime Minister Imran Khan has reacted in a tweet saying that he is saddened by this tragic crash, sending condolences to the families of the deceased. Now we are being joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik for the latest on the ground. Anas, the Minister of Health and Welfare has declared a state of emergency in all major hospitals in the city to deal with the situation.
Well, this is very unfortunate. I'm almost at the crash site, Alison, and this is literally just a kilometer away from the runway of the Pakistan International Airport. There are tons of people that are around. As you speak, the rescue operations are underway. You can hear behind me. There are ambulances that are rushing by, which are trying to reach the crash site. Exactly, there are fire tenders that I see on the move. As I'm moving closer towards the location, there are army personnel who are present, and there are police personnel who are present. And as I'm talking to you, it's a fire tender that is going downwards, rushing in, assumingly that is going towards that side, because remember the aircraft did have enough ambulance to turn back to the hospital for this. That has SOPs that are already in place, and that is since it has crashed in a residential area, it has also crashed at a lower altitude. Therefore, the footage that we've seen, the fireball that we've seen, the fumes that we've seen, the dark cloud, the thick smoke cloud that we've seen, it indicates that the fire was absolutely huge. And as I speak to you, I can count about 4 fire tenders that are standing right here. There are tons of media personnel that are present here as we speak at the model colony, the Jinnah Garden model colony. As you see, there are plenty of security personnel that are around as well.
Right, Anas. And as you said earlier, the plane was asked to do a go-around after the captain had informed the air traffic controller about a technical snag. And you have said that this plane has tragically crashed very close to the airport as it was coming into land.
Well, absolutely. We heard that audio of that technical glitch between the air traffic controller and the captain as well. And you can very clearly see that the audio there, it clearly indicates that there were issues that they had been facing, and as a result of which this crash took place. Now, as we speak, the police are trying to clear out the vicinity. There is a fire tender that is going inside as we speak. The fire tender that is going inside as we speak. And there's a body that has been taken here. This is the second dead body that is being confirmed. I can see this body being taken away. I can see this body being taken away. And there's a lot of chaos as we speak. As we speak, there's a lot of chaos. Yes, Alison.
Right, and so you are now in the residential area where the plane has crashed. How far away are you from the crash site?
Pardon, I think there's a lot of noise over here. I couldn't hear your question. Can you please repeat?
Right, and so you are in the residential area where the plane has crashed. And how far away are you from the crash site? And can you see the emergency troops working there in the rescue efforts?
There are at least 2 deaths that have been reported. There are at least 2 deaths that have been reported as we speak. There are security personnel that are around. People are not allowed to go to the exact lane of the aircraft as we speak. A lot of security personnel that are around, and as you see, there is a persisting problem that is there. I can see Mayor of Karachi walking up the right in front of me as we speak. I can see Mayor of Karachi walking up being present right here in front of me. There are tons of media personnel around as well. Rescue operations are currently underway. As we speak, the rescue operations are currently underway, and at least 2 bodies is what I have seen being taken out. You can see that probably in a while from now playing out on the beyond screen as well. There are 2 bodies that have been taken out, and as we speak, the rescue operations are currently underway. Yes, Alice.
Anas, thank you very much for that report. That's our Pakistan Bureau Chief, Anas Malik, coming to us from the crash site in Karachi, where this airplane has just crashed. He will, of course, be keeping us up to date. There is expected to be a press conference on this shortly. And WION has accessed the last conversation which took place between the flight crew and the air traffic controller before the plane crashed. The flight captain can be heard saying that they have lost the engine. Take a listen.
8303 approach.
जी sir.
Appears to be turning left.
While proceeding that, sir, we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, Mayday, Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, Roger sir. Both runways available to land. 8303 approach.
जी sir.
Appears to be turning left.
While proceeding that, sir, we have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
Roger. Clear, Mayday, Pakistan 8303.
Pakistan 8303, Roger sir. Both runways available to land.
And that's all we have time for. We have been tracking this bulletin where a Pakistan International Airlines plane designated PK8303 has crashed into a Karachi suburb. It was en route from Lahore to Karachi. And with that, we've run out of time in this bulletin. Stay tuned to WION World as one. More news and updates to follow on the other side of the short break.